All right, ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to another great episode on your favorite political talk show, The Truth with Ben Jokes. Now, the End Bad Governance protest exposed us to some new realities in this country. For the purpose of this video, I'll be highlighting just three of those realities. Number one, it showed Muslim clerics in northern Nigeria that northern youths no longer worship them because they did all they could to persuade northern youths not to protest, but the protest held massively in the region and the next phase is loading. Secondly, the End Bad Governance protest also shows that evil politicians are no longer safe in their homes, as the people, the masses, can now invade the home of any evil politician at any time. Thirdly, the protest showed that WIKE is just a visitor in the FCT. His powers are not as significant as he thinks. WIKE spent days boasting that no protest would take place in the FCT. In fact, he went ahead to fix a ceremony on the day of the protest to make sure that the protest does not hold. But he was heavily disgraced when the people of the FCT came out in mass and took over the Eagle Square that he said was not available. And since then, we have not heard even a sneeze from WIKE. But you know, old habits die hard. He is used to being a dictator. So after defeating him once, he wants to pick himself up again and try to oppress the people. And this time around, he has gone the route that will completely swallow him. Before I show you what he did or what he has proposed to do, let me quickly show you this video. Dr. Majid Dahiru, arguably the best political analyst in this country, hit the nail on the head in this video. Listen to how the APC, through their evil quest for political power, brought terrorism upon this country. See the video.
Boko Haram didn't just start today. It didn't even start in 2009 or 2010 when Mohammed Yusuf was killed and then you saw an insurgency. The ideology during Boko Haram stretches far, several decades before.
The fertile grounds were being
Exactly.
watered.
And politicians played a role. I say this because they weaponized the concept of political Islam to galvanize political power in promise of an Islamic state in Nigeria through the current constitutional order. Now, when they fail to substantially do this, if you go back to 1999, most of the campaigns in the Northwest and parts of the Northeast, we are centered on if you elect me as governor, I will implement Sharia law. So when they came in, you started seeing declaration of Sharia. But when they didn't go far enough to address that utopia that was promised alongside declaration of Sharia,
They became renegade.
and they began to look at other alternatives of more radical groups like the Shafia group, which now decided to say, since political Islam has failed, we need to now use jihadism to achieve it. Now, the problem is, the political Islamic wave in Nigeria is still very much alive, while they're trying to defeat a side effect of this wrong.
So you have to
implementation.
deal with the foundation.
You have to deal with that political Islam. And I'm saying it again today that Nigeria should dismantle all forms of religious interference in state affairs. It's essential. So to resolve the Boko Haram insurgency, one way to do it is to ensure the secularity of Nigeria is upheld at all levels. Because I keep making the point that you cannot resolve the Boko Haram insurgency with just bullets alone. When you have politicians using religion to acquire power and then dispense favors along religious lines, including the use of the state institutions. So, for example, it will require the Muslim states like Kano and others to dismantle every imprint of Sharia, Hizbah, and all other religious counter-state institutions that are actually proximate to the demands of Boko Haram insurgents. So the state itself must come clean.
You heard that. That was how APC politicians in northern Nigeria brought the extremist religious terrorist groups into Nigeria. These groups had been trying to enter Nigeria since 1999 to have their stay, but they couldn't come in. So the APC promised them that help us to grab power. When we get there, we will Islamize Nigeria for you. And they had the agreement with the southern part of the APC, that is the ACN then, that their own agenda was Islamization and land grabbing. That is why Fulani headsmen can kill as much as they want under the APC and they will get away with it. Because when they couldn't do the Islamization again, those guys got angry and went rogue and unleashed terror on the entire Nigeria. Katsina State Governor publicly said they caught bandits and handed them over for prosecution, but they were released by the powers in Abuja. That is the APC. And it is so shocking to learn that a group of people will just sit down and agree that for the sake of grabbing hold of power, killers can go into their states and do whatever they like to their kinsmen. Look at what is happening in Southwest. Fulanis are taking over their farmlands, taking their lives at will, more so under this regime. This is unbelievable. Now, let us look at how WIKE has chosen to set himself up for a bigger disgrace than the one he faced during the End Bad Governance protest. We are at a time in Nigeria when businesses are folding up in their hundreds. Daily, businesses are crashing because the inflation is swallowing up business capitals. People can barely feed, let alone run their businesses. And the existing businesses, the ones that are still standing, are struggling to break even, let alone make profit. But look at what WIKE is introducing to FCT businessmen and women at this critical time. Look at how the papers reported it. Breaking news: the Abuja Municipal Area Council has written a demand notice to businesses in the council to make payments of 40,000 naira as community levy for the year, threatening to seal off businesses who failed to comply with the order. And the report came with the written directive from the Abuja Municipal Area Council, and it reads: demand notice for payment of community development levy pursuant to the provisions of Section 7 and the 4th Schedule to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended, exclusive powers of local government councils via Local Government Act 1976 item, other relevant section of the Local Government Act, law of FCT Abuja 2006, and all other laws enabling it in that behalf, the Abuja Municipal Area Council Community Development Levy and Allied Matters Bylaw, we thereby demand for the payment of community development levy from you for the year under the following details, please. Fee year 2024, 40,000 naira. Arrears, nil. Grand total, 40,000 naira. Note: all payments should be made into Abuja Municipal Area Council revenue accounts not later than 14 days from the date of this notice. Upon payment of the above and presentation of the teller/stroke evidence, the council's official receipt will be issued to you accordingly. Late payment attracts penalty/fine. It is an offense punishable under the law for you to default or refuse to comply with this payment without giving any genuine reasons to the council. Failure to pay this fee will result to confiscation of any valuable item or possible seal of the premises or both, in accordance with the relevant laws. Also note that the council has constituted special mobile courts on revenue issues for speedy trial of defaulters. You saw that. At a time when people are struggling to survive, WIKE is trying to reap struggling business owners of 40,000 naira. The same business owners whose electricity bills were doubled and even tripled in some cases just few months ago. And the reason I said this way WIKE has gone will swallow him is because this law will greatly affect the real owners of Abuja. People who have been in this city since 2001 doing business, and the indigenes who are doing business in this city. And the words on the streets are not good at all. Business owners have said they are waiting for him to come and try to collect 40,000 naira from them, that they will scatter this city. And very soon you will begin to see heavy protest in this FCT again because of this pronouncement. If this move is not withdrawn immediately, and I suspect it will be withdrawn, it will lead to serious chaos, because the update dropped just hours ago and the city is already boiling. Everybody is angry because they know that once business owners start paying more taxes, goods will become more expensive. The burden of tax eventually falls on the consumers. Businessmen may just close their eyes and pay. They will just increase the prices of goods. That is what they always do. Are people not suffering enough in the FCT? Here's some WIKE. The kind of chaos that will emerge from this pronouncement will shock WIKE himself. The indigenes and other youths are already cursing him in Amak. WIKE will undo himself. And in other news, breaking, shut the economy if Ajaero is arrested, NLC directs workers. The Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, has directed its affiliate members and indeed all workers in the country to immediately shut down the economy if the Nigerian police arrest the Congress president, Comrade Joe Ajaero. Recall that the police had last night invited the NLC president to its headquarters for questioning over the allegation of involvement in terrorism financing, among others. The development led to the convocation of Emergency National Executive Council (NEC) meeting at the Labour House, where the Congress resolved to write to the police for extension of time to enable it consult with its lawyers. Briefing the workers who had assembled at the Labour House in solidarity with Congress President and to follow him to the police headquarters, the NLC Deputy President Kabiru Adosani said that the invitation to Ajaero was invitation to workers. According to him, at the end of the meeting, we reached some certain resolutions. Part of the resolution is that as a committed labor center that we agreed or that we abide by the rule of law and due process. We will honor the invitation of the Nigerian police because we are not faceless organization, but we believe that we need an extension of time after consultation with our lawyers because this invitation was extended to the Congress president yesterday and asked to report at the police by 10 a.m. today. So we are already working with our lawyers to look for extension of time. But this does not legitimize the charges by the Nigerian police to the Congress leadership. And secondly, we resolve that in an event of our Congress president being arrested or detained at any moment, we put our affiliate on red alert to mobilize our members across the country that all workers in this country should down tool their services. The NLC president, Joe Ajaero, has been invited to the police station and they are putting terrorism charges and other charges on him. My honest opinion is that this man is innocent because somebody just accused Metawale, Minister of Defense, terrorist, came out, did videos, and we know the real guys. They will never go after those ones. Once you see government going after somebody, pressing hard on the person, just know that the person is innocent. But Comrade Joe Ajaero, when you were frolicking with these people, going up and down with them, you didn't know that this is how it turns out. You know, I laugh at some of these guys. You think you can just go, sell out the workers, collect your own share, and you sit out free? You started by negotiating 600 and something thousand naira for minimum wage. The next thing you came down to 400 to 250. Everybody thought you were going to stop at 120. Only for you, who has rejected 100,000 naira on many occasions, to go back and accept 70,000 naira. And you were all, you were smiling. You were so happy. You are no C4, that other guy of TUC. Now they have come for you. And Nigerians are not even ready to stand for him. Let's take some of the tweet reactions. This tweet here by Will says, now they want to be involved. Let the hunger competition continue and let's see who is the winner. That is it. When they were doing end bad governance protest, Labour was nowhere to be found. And this tweet here by Etienne says, you didn't shut down the economy when fuel increased. Electricity tariff went high. Food prices soared. Plus the nail-biting issues. You want to shut it over one inconsequential human being? You lots should get out and stop disturbing us. In fact, they should carry all of you and lock you up. That is it. You have failed the people, NLC. People don't take you seriously anymore. And this tweet here says, when people protested against SARS and bad governance, where was NLC? Carry your cross yourself. We have lost faith in you people. You only fight for selfish reasons and not for Nigerians. That is it. And Nation Builder here says, let them arrest him. I thought he was in bed with Tinubu's regime that they approved half payment, 70,000 naira, for the suffering Nigerian workers and vehemently refused NLC from joining the just concluded hunger and end bad governance protest. You were in bed with them. Now they have come for you. I hope you come out of this in one piece because nobody knows the evil plans that they have for you. they may jail him. I'm telling you, these guys are so wicked, they can do anything to anybody. Joe Ajaero, you have found yourself in this mess. I hope you come out. Next time, you learn never to be in bed with evil politicians. Anyway, make I leave am here. Make I still enter town. Make I go get some ogbonge political news wey una go like. Why? Because of una. Now I dey here, so don't go away. Don't go.